earlier on.
Certainly, I think around the team, it's more fun to come to the rink when you've won. There's no doubt about it. I think the biggest thing that you have to do is understand that our focus is the same focus it was when we weren't winning, and that's getting better here today and focusing on Ottawa tomorrow. What's ever happened, winning or losing, that's over, and let's keep moving forward here. It's a relentless league, and if you take your foot off the gas for a second, the second period last night happened. So I don't know that my mood's adjusted a whole bunch. I've always been a process-oriented person, but when you go home, you feel a little bit better about yourself, and certainly when these guys come to the rink, they feel better about themselves. Confidence is a great thing. I think it's the #1 factor in success and failure in this league right now, more than ever before, because of how close everybody is. That if one group gets confident, they can get rolling. If one group isn't confident, they can go the wrong way in a hurry. And so I think it's a positive thing that we've won because of the confidence.
This was an opportunity to build the confidence because of being at home, and maybe a little more favorable schedule just in general.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's no doubt. The schedule has a way of evening out, and I thought early on it was a tough schedule for a multitude of reasons, and certainly now we've been on more of a homestand here for a bit, and we knew that we had, regardless how we would have started, we felt we had to take advantage of this home schedule. When we started the record the way we started, it was paramount that we took care of business here at home, and good for our guys to have done that and dug us out of a bit of a hole.
You spoke to confidence, but with AA and Mantha, it's really showing right now.
Well, it's a big thing for scorers when they score, and just watching Mantha cut across the middle and shoot that puck, that's a confident player, as opposed to maybe not cutting to the middle, or maybe cutting and trying to pass to a guy that's not open. That's a guy who believes he's going to score when he shoots the puck, so that's great. Doubles has certainly felt it here the last little bit, and we need guys with that ability to keep scoring. Scoring makes life easier. I talked to a friend of mine in coaching, and his team's struggling to score, and you can do tons of great stuff. If you don't score, it's hard to win. So it's good to have those guys playing well, because we need them to score.
Is the increased offense over this last stretch, do you attribute that mainly to some of these guys stepping up, or is there something playing a different way that's creating more chances? Or
the only thing I would say that we've improved on in terms of schematics or anything like that is just our net presence. I think we've done a way better job, and I don't know that that's necessarily resulted in tons more goals, but certainly the second one last night, we've had a number of those opportunities where I think our net presence has gotten way better. I think we're finding ways to get in front of the goalie's eyes. I think we're staying in front of the goalie's eyes. I think Larkin's bought into it, AA's bought into it. Sometimes young, skilled players don't understand that, and it's something we want to keep pushing within our organization, that everybody should take their turn standing in front of the net. So I think that's one area that we've gotten better at. I would also just say that, at the beginning of the year, I think I said there's no chance that Mantha's going to stay on the pace he was for goals. I mean, he wasn't going to finish with 7 goals. So at some point he's going to score, and now he's scoring. So then you're a better team. Same thing would be said at AA. I thought he was playing good early, but he wasn't pointing, and now he's pointing and scoring. And so I think these are more realistic of the pace that they can keep up over the. So I think right now Mantha's on course to score 27 goals. If I did my calculations right this morning, that is in the range of what I think is very reasonable for him. It's much more reasonable to think that than to think 7. So I think it's just the fact that these guys have started to score a little bit.
Jeff, when you talk about confidence, and maybe it is the Mantha goal, is there a way to articulate areas you've seen it kind of manifest itself?
I would say, as a team, when we've come out for the third period and those 3 in a row where we came back, we believed we could win the hockey game. And I think early in the year, when we got down a couple, we believed like it was a mountain, like there was no chance that you were going to win, because we just couldn't score. And all of a sudden, it felt like you were trying to scale Mount Everest, Or when we came out of the locker room in each one of those games, I really had the feeling like our guys believe that they can score to make those differences up, And it's certainly not the way you want to play you don't want to put yourself in that spot tons. But that would be one. Individual players, certainly when I see guys like Mantha shoot the puck away, shot it, to me, that's a sign that he's a confident player.
How much do you emphasize to guys in here, keep the focus on today, keep the focus on the next game? Because you look at December, it's back on the road, and it's back on the road twice in Toronto and Boston and Washington. And
well, I just, the league is relentless, and if you take your foot off the gas at all, you'll get run over in a hurry. And I think it was a good lesson for us last night. We had an excellent first period. We did tons of stuff great. I don't know if they played good or not, but that's not my concern. You know, I thought we did tons, and then all of a sudden we didn't play the right way in the second. It was a very frustrating. They didn't get tons still, but it was a frustrating period. So, you know, it was an easy chance for me to say that to them this morning. That's a reminder, and I said to them exactly what I said to you. Our focus is the same as it's been, the same as it was when we weren't winning enough. It's get better today. So let's make sure we practice, we get something out of practice, and then focus on tomorrow. It's just the relentless nature of this league. If you take it off at all of a sudden it can slip the wrong way in a hurry. Let's make sure we keep playing the right way.
It's kind of a dichotomy with this organization that, I mean, you guys in here want to win, but for the organization, you can very much make the argument another entry into the draft lottery is the best thing. Do you again like insulate yourself from the talk of you know, you're in a way you're better off losing?
Well,
long term.
Well, this is the one thing I'd say is you need to find a way to get elite players through the draft, but that doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to have a top couple pick, and it doesn't. And having a top couple pick doesn't ensure you an elite player. There's so much unknown in that. For us, we won't concern ourselves 1 second with that. And organizationally, I would tell you that talk to people that have been around organizations where maybe they've lost or even put themselves in a position to lose, what it does to the players in that room that are young players, and how it set some of those young players back for years because of it. Talk to people that have done that. I have, and again, you got to find a way to get elite players. I think we've drafted guys that have opportunities to be elite. I think I've got lots of confidence in our scouting staff, but none of that is of the concern and necessarily the group in here. But I'd also say from a bigger picture look, ultimately having a losing type culture for a long time doesn't help anybody. Jimmy D's given me lots of articles from the early 80s, and I've been reading up on those lots.